New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Okay, so we've been discussing it all morning for anyone who's just tuning in right now. Pop Smoke was shot and killed on Wednesday morning in what people are calling a home invasion robbery. He was at home in his Hollywood Hills home around 4:30 in the morning when men came in wearing hoodies, masks, broke into the house, and according to law enforcement, they're saying that the men fired multiple shots and critically wounded Pop Smoke and the men.
Here's what's peculiar to me, and I kind of been holding back on this all day.
Okay.
What?
They had a party. People came over. People left. Reports have come out now that say they deadbolted the door 10 minutes before this took place.
Right.
How do you know that? How was that?
Because there are also people who came out and said his friends have said they had nothing to do with it. So maybe they spoke to someone in the house.
No, but yeah, because there was other people there.
Right.
Pop Smoke is the only person who was killed.
I don't understand that part. Me too. That's the part that baffles me.
And there's surveillance video of these guys who did the busting in and shooting and killing.
Mm-hmm.
Of them leaving with nothing.
They're saying that they arrested one person, but the cops determined that he was not involved and was released.
So that means there was mad people there.
Not mad. It means there were at least some people
Well,
there.
it wasn't just 4. It wasn't just 5. It was more. There was.
Well, you don't know. What if it was at the end when it was just the people who lived in the house?
Well, there's Pop Smoke's housemates.
Okay.
And 4 other individuals.
Oh, and the 4 who
busted in the house.
Got it. So you mean there's many people. Yeah, I guess total that's at least 9, 10 people, something like that.
That's a lot of people.
Depending on how many housemates.
And only one person's killed?
This is very now, what if it was a very specific thing? They came in there, they had masks on, and they only wanted him.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
That's not a home invasion where we're just in here looking for whatever we can get.
Well, they didn't leave with stuff either. On the video, they said they didn't have stuff.
Right.
And they didn't kill anyone else. So they went in specifically to do a job.
And no one else was tied up. Nobody else was
wounded?
Yeah, that we know of. Nothing.
And no one, and there was no, we don't know of any firing back or people having a gunfight or anything.
I haven't heard of none of that. And maybe there'll be more information today.
Yeah. In other news, Hillary Clinton shoots down the rumors that she would be Bloomberg's running mate. So
is Bloomberg even running for president today?
In a current interview,
you know what? Play.
She was like, "Oh no."
Yo, bring up my Elizabeth Warren over the Ether beat so Ron Browse could get some publishing.
By the way, y'all didn't hear Elizabeth Warren did a freestyle over Ether last night. Here it goes. If you haven't heard it, here it is.
I want to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. Democrats are not going to win if we have a nominee who has a history of hiding his tax returns, of harassing women, and of supporting racist policies like redlining and stop and frisk.
It's crazy, too, because she says horse-faced lesbians. And didn't Nas say some face looks like a rat? People always doing animal talk when they get on that Ether.
Yeah, whiskers like a rat.
Whiskers like a rat.
Yeah.
It's real Ether talk, man.
I'm thinking, so if she ethered Mike Bloomberg and Nas ethered Hove, the way that ended though is Hove is
okay.
Oh,
I don't like
no.
your little
Fine.
analogy. No. Okay.
No, let's not play it out.
We're gonna stop. At one point, she also hems them up. She's like, "Yo, what about those NDAs you're making? All these women sign."
That's the real body bag on stage.
So you're not gonna let them get away with it. You're gonna let them.
And then he tried to play it off, right? He
NDA?
was like, it was just some jokes that I
She
made
was
that
like,
they didn't
how
like.
many? How many? She started. Where's the NDA audio? Do we have that?
And I hope you heard what his defense was. I've been nice to some women. That just doesn't cut it. The mayor has to stand on his record. And what we need to know is exactly what's lurking out there. He has gotten some number of women, dozens, who knows, to sign non-disclosure agreements, both for sexual harassment and for gender discrimination in the workplace. So, Mr. Mayor, are you willing to release all of those women from those non-disclosure agreements so we can hear their side of the story?
We have a very few non-disclosure agreements.
How many is
Let me
that?
finish.
How many is that?
None of them accused me of doing anything other than maybe they didn't like the joke I told. And let me just put, there's agreements between two parties that wanted to keep it quiet, and that's up to them. They signed those agreements, and we'll live with it.
So wait, when you say it is up to, I just want to be clear. Some is how many? And when you say they signed them and they wanted them, if they wish now to speak out and tell their side of the story about what it is they allege, that's now okay with you? You're releasing them on television tonight?
Senator? No.
Is that right?
Senator,
Tonight?
Senator Company and somebody else, in this case, a man or a woman, or could be more than that, they decided when they made an agreement that they wanted to keep it quiet for everybody's interest. They signed the agreements, and that's what we're going to do.
I'm sorry. No, the question is, are the women bound by being muzzled by you? And you could release them from that immediately, because understand, this is not just a question of the mayor's character. This is also a question about electability. We are not going to beat Donald Trump with a man who has who knows how many non-disclosure agreements and the drip, drip, drip of stories of women saying they have been harassed and discriminated against. That's not what we do as Democrats.
Mr. Vice President.
Y'all, you want that smoke? Listen, I'll tell you right now.
Is he still running for president today?
It shouldn't be. And also, let's just keep it real. She's the best, man. We should all be with Warren, and we should all believe that she could win.
That's right.
The only reason Elizabeth Warren may not win the nomination and win the presidency is outright sexism.
Absolutely.
It is the only reason.
Well, and
she's
also,
the best
even
candidate.
but even what you in the outright sexism that you speak of, we have to be more specific. Our society doesn't feel like a woman can beat Donald Trump.
I think there's two things. Democrats don't feel a woman can beat Donald Trump. And then I believe that the people that you often refer to in these swing states, the 100,000 people across Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, etc., I don't know that they would vote for her. So you have sexism in both ways. The sexism that we don't think she could do it, and then the sexism of people, the reason we have that belief,
right.
The sexism that wouldn't allow people, because we saw a nonsensical hatred towards Hillary Clinton. And yes, some of that had to do with her husband, but some of it had to do with her gender and her past. Yes. But some of it had to do with her gender.
Well, and even now with Elizabeth Warren, she crushed last night.
People would say like they wouldn't like that though.
There's people right now, women who are tweeting about how women need to come to terms with their own chauvinism.
Oh, yes.
And sexism with regard to how they're the self-hate.
No. It's absolutely. I've had many conversations, especially with people in the Latino community, because, I get into it with them because it's very split. Let's be real. And I've had friends of mine who straight up have told me, listen, people in my family would never vote for a woman just because she's a woman. And this is right now. And
that's cultural.
Right now. Yes, it's cultural. Of course.
It's not the role of the woman.
Sexism runs deep, man. Deep. Just like that racism. It runs deep, and it's very real.
I like Liz, man.
Liz is hard. What it is. They're calling her Elizabeth Ether Warren today.
Yo, like man. That. Ether Warren is... She should embrace it, by the way. She should repost that. That'll be fire. Because she bodied
Elizabeth
him. Oh, and Ebro,
Warren.
You got to now update us. When that was all happening, tell us what Donald Trump was doing.
Donald Trump was in Arizona going, yo, I heard Mini Mike's getting hammered right now.
He had the update.
Yeah, he had the update. Because, he does a 90-minute stand-up skit.
It's a long routine.
Yeah, he was in Phoenix, I think, and had, one of his big concerts. All the fans came out, waited in line to see your man do his stand-up routine live. And he was like, yo, Mini Mike, we call him No Box. Because he
don't stand on the box.
Don't stand on the box. Anyway, Mini Mike, I hear he's getting hammered right now.
That is so Trump, bro. That was a bad night for Mini Mike.
Mini Mike.
Better night for Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe was chill.
Sleepy Joe was chill last night. He sat back, took his. I heard it wasn't a great night for Pete.
Now Pete was getting hammered, bro. And Klobuchar needs to quit. It needs wrap it up, man. Klobuchar, wrap it up.
Klobuchinche is not happening.
Klobuchinche, wrap it up. Yo, matter of fact, I heard Klobuchar went out in front of like a pro, Latinos for Klobuchar type situation. Got up there on stage and was like, because her name is what's her first name is
Amy.
Amy Klobuchar. Yeah, they said she goes. When I was in 4th grade, my Spanish name was Elena.
Okay, all right. I cannot.
That
do
was her.
this.
That was how she played.
She was like, hold on, Elizabeth Warren's not the only one who can pretend she's something else. I got this. I'm Elena. ¿Cómo está?
I cannot.
Yo, you realize that we've been talking about this election for a year?
It's important.
And in 2 weeks, we're gonna know who's left. Super Tuesday's in 2 weeks. So after that day, it's already down to 6. You know how light that stage was yesterday?
Yeah.
I hadn't watched the debate in a while. I've been off the debates for a few weeks. I turned it back on. I'm like, oh, we're down to 6. And in a couple weeks,
We'll be down
Pete's,
to 2, 3.
Pete's going to be gone. Amy's going to be gone. You're going to have Liz, Bernie, Biden.
That's what you think will be the.
That's it.
You
It's
think
Liz.
Bernie, and Biden.
You think Bloomberg is out?
Oh, I think Bloombito last night took a big L. Shouts to Big L. That's what happened last night. 139th and Lennox. That's how he took it last night.
But he has big money, man.
I know, but we'll see. His numbers have been up. Let's see the polls the next couple days and what happens Saturday. Is he even on the ballot Saturday? He's not. I don't think he's on the ballot Saturday.
In Nevada, what's Saturday?
Nevada.
Yeah.
Guys, I heard that he's giving people like $130 through social media for posts, like just paying people.
Oh,
to
yeah,
post
straight
about
up.
Oh, he's like Fashion Nova?
Yes, absolutely.
Mayor Bloomberg Fashion Nova out here?
Hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad. Oh.
Yo, by the way, people will take that $130, post, wait a couple of days, delete, and take that money and keep it.
What was
pushing.
the weight loss drinks people used to promote?
Oh, flat tummy tea.
Yeah, flat tummy tea Bloomberg.
Yo, Bloomberg's the flat tummy tea of president.
Bloomberg tea. Ow.